Today is the 23rd of January 2022. I made a stupid mistake and I erased the videos. But fortunately, I had them somewhere on my mobile phone. But I had to put them all together, back together again. About 20 of them, probably 15 or 20, are irreversibly gone. I was very angry. And so I must put them on YouTube again. Then basically I realized, it took me a few days that I realized that, there are no mistakes. Everything is carefully planned, carefully thought of, designed. Even to make a mistake, even to erase videos, that probably means that something was not very good, or something was really good, but it wouldn't get the desired result, so to speak. So here I am now, putting all the videos back again to the YouTube. They're all actually the originals. I just had to make them again. Maybe about 60 something of them. What I wanted to talk to you about today is about love. The one who that gives everything. I recorded one video before that is irreversibly gone, where I said that the tree of knowledge, the tree of knowing good from the bad, why do we need that? We were made, we were already perfect, so why would we need to know what is right and what is wrong? You see, I thought it was very, very wrong to erase my videos. It was just a stupid mistake. And then suddenly I realized somebody else had the plan. So it's not all wrong. If some intelligence that is more than you, than yourself, knows better than you, who are you to know better than that intelligence? So, don't we do this all the time? And isn't it true that we all give it to our children, that this is the only way of living? How do you know what is the right way of living and the other one doesn't? And what makes you better than the other guy? I'll try to explain. You know your way, your truth, and your life from the moment you were born. And you do know that you were born because of the Creator. You know that He has a plan, even if you have never heard of Him, or you did, or you went another way. But you do know The truth is the truth. That's when you have disobedient children, small children that don't want to listen to you. As I already said in one of my previous videos, everything sends signs. But do you know how to read them? You know? So you have a very disobedient child. Does it mean that he is stupid, crazy, idiot? He had to be put away in an asylum or a jail or something? Or does it mean that you don't know how to read the signs? You give them 5-6 pills every day. Since when the children needed pills? Only in these modern times. Because you have too much other kind of shit to deal with, not with your kid. And you don't know what to do with him or her. But the simple truth is, you already know who you are, that you are not here for other people. Of course, you will do some nice things and kind things to the ones you love, to the ones that, they take care of you, you take care of them, you just love them out of love. This is what you do. But you know your way. There is nobody else who can tell you the opposite. But if there is someone, and you believed him or her, it doesn't mean that he or she is your commander, your God. The only commander is God, and he commands through the heart, not through the mind. Through the mind is what comes, the mental thing, the mental obsession. And when Adam and Eve bit the apple, I also said in one of my previous videos, it's erased unfortunately. When they bit the apple, God knew what's waiting for them. He rules the hearts, but he knew that what was waiting for them is the mental confusion. Do you know this American salesman? He even doesn't have to be American salesman to be the perfect salesman. They always offer you something you don't need, and he would die to sell it to you because you need it. His only job is to convince you that you need something that you don't need to get the money from you. So, have you met those kind of people? You don't even have to meet them. Just look at 2 or 3 commercials on the TV. What do they offer you? I've noticed maybe 4 or 5 things. The commercials on TV, it's either gorging yourself to death with food, usually sweet things, ice cream and things like that. So it's food, gorging yourself with food, number 1. Number 2, some kind of pills, chemicals and things like that you don't really need. Maybe sometimes you do, once in your lifetime, but not 50 times a day in a commercial. That's number 2. Number 3, it's usually cars. Number 4, it's either some kind of form of banking, like insurance or money lenders, how to say it, or it's some kind of mobile and internet services. So these 4 things, I think they're always on TV. And of course there is number 5, when they are bothering you all the time, what to see on Tuesday on this channel, what to see on Friday on that channel. Look at this series, look at that video, look at that actor, interview with actors, actresses or something. Some kind of bullshit. Who gives a shit about weather conditions every 5 fucking minutes? You know? But they bore you with the things you don't need, so that you get some kind of mental obsession, so that you do eventually go to that channel or you buy some stupid thing that you don't even need. So what's the problem? The problem is overweight. I'm not talking about the overweight people, but it is the overweight people too. But it's not the overweight people who are the problem. The problem is collecting extras. For what? For whom? For the end of the world? It's okay to have something extra in your home. It's fine. But to have one guy living in a huge house overloaded with, I don't know, 50,000 things that he doesn't even know they exist in his basement or in his attic. It's an abnormal thing. Get rid of the extras. You don't need so much of everything, do you? I know a woman, it is my friend's mother actually. One time, I remember in the 90s, it was very popular to get, and in those times it was very expensive, you know, to get some kind of kitchen aid or something. I don't know what it's called today, like a kitchen robot or something. Something for slicing things, the juice and the multi-practice, something like that. And it was very popular, but it was very expensive. And you know, I know my friend's mother, she bought one. I didn't know even that she has one. And she bought one. She used it once or twice and she put it away. Why? Why did you buy it in the first place? It was very expensive, maybe half of your monthly salary. But why the fuck do you buy something you don't need? Do you really need this thing to buy this expensive thing for using it 2 times and keeping it somewhere in your kitchen for the next 20 years? These are the modern times, the modern. Reverse the letters in the word modern and you will get demon. Demon times. Obsession, mental obsession with stupidities. Who said what? Who wears what? Who went where? How about me? Where did I go yesterday? What did I eat yesterday? What did I eat today? Nobody is here to ask me that. So, I'm coming back to the beginning. When Adam and Eve bit the apple, God knew very, very well that the repetition of a lie will eventually bring the lie into your life. You will eventually believe in it, although it is a lie. But you'll believe in it and you will have the realization of that kind of thought in your life. So, of course, he gave to the people the certain ways of repeating something else to prove that, how shall I say this in English, that the human being was born and actually was created, not born, they were created to prove actually that the human being was created to listen to God and His rules. So that's why the first people, the Jews, they have those mitzvahs and everything. They have the rules they have to listen to, they have to respect. So from the respect to God, you do that, and from the absence of knowledge, or how shall I say this? The lack of spiritual knowledge. From out of that, you listen to the lie. Basically, you were born. Later on, people were born. And it's only repetition of stupidities. Of course, not all of that. But you see how good and evil is presented on this planet. It is presented, well, in everybody's lives. And just today, before I decided to do this video, it really dawned on me. Satan, you are just a messenger. You are not God. And you are just a messenger who is here to show that people do really listen to God, not to you. That's the victory of the light, of the good. That's why not only the Jews live, not only the Christians live. The people who never heard of Christianity or one God also live in their own ways. You were born to have an experience of this life. You were not born to teach me a lesson, teach the other guy a lesson, teach this stupid woman a lesson, or to give birth to your own children and to teach them lessons. Listen only to me. Not everybody else. I give you the bread and butter. But you have to know how to deal with your own children, yes? Especially when you have a job and you don't like this job. Isn't that right? Tell me, isn't that right? So every time after you've listened, you've seen and listened to this video, every time you do something wrong, and it is wrong, and maybe it is really wrong for you, and there is the feeling of guilt and shame, and I shouldn't have done this, or how can I forgive myself for doing something like that? Or I don't know how to explain. If you do really something wrong, if you go to the wrong path or anything like that, remember what I've told you about Satan. He's a messenger. He's not God. He's not the commander. He just has this, how can I say, the permission from God. He needs permission from God too, to do something, to go somewhere. He needs permission too. So who is he? To rule over your life with guilt, with shame, with beating people with wooden sticks or something, to I don't know, to do anything. Who is he? The moment you see people like that, just leave them. Who is he to tell you something about your values. You are valuable as a human being, not as an American salesman who would sell you anything, even poisonous food. It doesn't matter what it is. I'm telling you, you need it. Think of your children. And then he charges you $2,000 for something, for some bullshit you don't even need. You don't need that, people. Do you really need a banker? I've been telling this for years, The more I'm poor and in a debt, the more I see the banks looking like shrines. You enter a bank, it's all in a marble stone, and it's all looking like a shrine. And they actually always convince you. There on every second corner, I see some kind of a jumbo poster for this bank or that bank, Fuck you. Who is the bank in my life? I don't need a bank. I don't need a bank at all. Who invented banks? The banks were invented by those people who wanted to make money on you. They didn't want to give you money. Suddenly they have on those posters and commercials, suddenly their speech has been changed, and suddenly they use speech like this. Take, just take. Come here and take. It's not possible to take the credit, the loan from the bank. It's not possible. First of all, you have to have somebody who will guarantee that you will return the money. Then secondly, they have to basically you have to have a steady job to even get that loan from the bank. So who's bullshitting who? Are you helping me or are you helping yourself? Fuck off. I don't need you. So basically, when people do realize that, but they can't get out of this. How can I say the wheel of this world that is made like this? How can you live without money? But you can actually. On the surface, they always represent everything like it's been made easier for you. It's easier. It's simpler. No, it's not simpler. It is just another idea for you to take the money out of me and more money from out of somebody else and more until you get another stupid idea. And this is why they need students in colleges all around the world to get their ideas for something. Because rich people, I always said that rich people are stupid people. They don't have the ideas. They only know how to do something. Give him an idea and he'll make something out of that idea and give you a little bit more money than somebody else. These are the very rich people, the very rich business people for me. And I always said they're actually stupid. Except they know how. They know the people who know people. You know how it goes in the world. It's not a big secret. Is it a secret? Am I lying telling this? No, I'm not. It's not a secret. And then after a few years, of course, you are not needed anymore. You don't have another idea. He'll find another one, This is like the patent office in my country. I know a woman who has an excellent idea for something. And she's been speaking to somebody in this patent office, and the guy wanted to know what it was, but you tell me what she only needed an advice how to make her patent her own, But tell me this, tell me that, what is it all about, Why should she tell you what's it all about? And in 2 months, you see that product made in China. Somebody else is making money out of that. And she was very smart. And she said, no, thank you. I just came here for an advice from you, how to make my own patent, how to make my own thing, mine. She wants to make money out of her idea, but no, you tell me what it is. I don't have to tell you what it is, because I know your filthy intentions. This is how it goes. This is why people need students at universities, because students, first of all, they are young, and they're full of energy and various ideas. And they're inexperienced in life, of course. This is what the businessman needs. You're not experienced in the law things, are you? You're just very young and you want to help everybody and blah, blah, blah. So that's why everything starts as a good idea with a good intention. And it ends like... how does it end, actually? Does it end? It doesn't, maybe it doesn't, I'm not sure if it ends or if it doesn't end, but I'm 100% sure that it turns into somebody's slavery. It turns into, oh yes, let's spread the European Union and let's put the poison in their food just to export our wonderful goods and destroy their economies in those poor countries. And we can explore our products full of poison, so we can poison them, so we can get their land for $2 or €2. Isn't that so? Ha ha ha. Like I don't know your intention. People knew your intentions like 20 years ago. You didn't bring us something terribly good. You brought something that is good, but you didn't bring us over here something unbelievable, You destroyed our economies. You destroyed our agriculture. Not all of it, but almost all of it. And turned our people into slaves for the money, of course, which they are. They are all over the world. But listen, you are the Western Europeans, aren't you? Yes, you are. You had colonies, mostly. Denmark had a colony. English people. I don't want to mention English people and French people. Germany. They didn't have they didn't have like half of Africa, but they had other people's money, other people's goods. What then? Spain. Or don't mention some other countries. And we can't be measured with you. We never had colonies, so why should we pay for your racism? Now when it's time, I already mentioned it in one previous video. Now when it's time for payback, of course, African people want the payback. African people, everything you did to those Muslim countries, I don't know what they're called. They want payback. You do your payback. Don't give it to me. Don't give your bullshit to me. Why should I accept your bullshit? because of your manipulation. It's not like manipulation for 5-10 years. It's manipulation for 500-600 years and more. Why should we have a war? On our territory, we are better than others. We had colonies. Let somebody else pay for that. Let's have an idea how to do that. Well, my life is not your idea. My existence, I don't owe it to you. You export bullshit merchandise to my country. I'm talking about food. I'm talking about genetically modified bullshit. I remember when I went to England and I told to my friends, I was 21 years old, and I told to my friends, you know what? They go to the supermarket and they read all the labels on their products, on the food. And I laughed, ha ha ha, and they believe in it. They believe in what they read on the product. So what if somebody... Oh, I'm not going to say it. I'm not even going to say this. What happens in the factory? You think you all get the best, you all get the best product in that can. Who knows what you get? You don't even know what's inside. I bet you didn't even know that artificial coloring for the red color, there is a special red color. It's made out of bugs. Don't tell me about kosher food. Don't tell me about halal food. Because you don't even know what you eat or what you ate 2 days ago in a fucking ice cream, in a cake, the gelatin. What is in a gelatin? Luckily, today we found some substitutes for certain things, but they're also very expensive. What does that mean? You will stay the slave of the money to get that gelatin, special gelatin that costs double than the ordinary one. Or you can say to yourself, what the fuck, I don't need this anything. Modern people, modern times, and with the world full of fucking smartasses. They know everything about life. They know everything about God. They know everything about existence because they learned it in school. They saw it on the internet. Your mom and dad told you. Boy, you will be surprised in the future. Once again, thank you, God, for saving me, for showing me all this, for making me able to understand all this and speak about it. I bow only to you and to no one else.